Hello and welcome to this tutorial, and in this tutorial we are going to learn about adding methods to objects. So in this tutorial we are going to create a simple calculator which allows us to specify a certain retirement age, and then it also allows us to specify the age of a person, and then the program is basically going to calculate the number of years which are left for retirement. So let's go ahead and start with the tutorial. So let's initially go and create a constructor. So we go into the script tag which is present in the head. So we create a constructor by typing function, and let's name this function as people. So as we are calculating the retirement age for people, we give the function name or the constructor name as people, and we are going to use two parameters in it. The first parameter is the name and the second parameter is the age. Now once we have these things in place, as we have used in the previous tutorial, we are going to use the this method or the this object so as to assign the values to it. So we are going to type this dot name equals name and this dot age equals age. Now once we are done with the constructor, the next thing which we need to do is that we need to create a function which is going to calculate the number of years which are remaining. So let's go ahead and go here and let's create a function to do so. So we type function and let's name this function as years left. Now once we have this function with us, we go inside the function, and as we need to calculate the number of years left, so for that we take a variable and let's name this variable as num years. So this variable right here is going to store the number of years which are remaining for a person to work, so that this becomes equal to, so let's say the average retirement age is 65, so this becomes 65 minus this dot age. Now this dot age is actually going to give us the value which is stored in the age variable, so we are using this dot age in its place. Now once the function calculates the value, we need to return this value where we need it. So in order to return a value, we use the return statement. So we type return, and then the thing which we want to return is the num years, so we type num years. Now once we are done with this function, we exit out of it, and then we go ahead and create an object for ABC. So before creating an object for ABC, we need to add one more thing to the constructor, and that thing is basically we need to add the years until retirement. So basically we use this years left function and we call this in this constructor, or when the code executes, the constructor is going to call this function years left. So as this function is going to return some result, we need to store this result into something. So for that we type this dot years until retirement equals, now we call the function by typing years left. So this right here is going to call the function, and when the function is called, the flow of execution is going to start from here and it is going to execute the code from here. So this right here is going to subtract the age from 65 and it is going to give out the result as the number of years, and the result is returned to the function call. So the result goes here and it gets stored in this dot years until retirement variable. So once we have the result over here, we just need to print it out. But before doing all that, we need to create an object, or we need to create an instance of an object. So for doing that, we come here and we type variable. Let's take the variable or the person's name as ABC. So where ABC equals new, and as this is an object of people, we type new people, and then we need to specify the name and age of a person. So let's say the name of a person is ABC and let's say his age is 25. So here we have successfully created an object and we have passed on the parameters like ABC and 25. So the name of the ABC is ABC and his age is 25. Now this function right here is going to calculate the years left in his retirement and it is going to return the value to us. Now once the value is returned, we need something to display it. So in order to display the value, we go into the body tag and then we use document.write in order to display the value. So we type document.write, and as we have to display some value, we call the years until retirement method which is present in the ABC object. So as this tutorial is all about adding methods to object, so now is the time to call the method of an object. So our object in this case is ABC, and in order to call the method in that object, we give a dot operator and then we specify the method. So the method in this case is years until retirement. So we type years until RET and make sure that you have parentheses right after it. Now once we have this code with us, we save it and we try to execute it on a browser. And as you could see, it has returned the value as 40. So 65 minus 25 gives us the value to be 40. So the number of years which are left for retirement for ABC is 40. So that was a basic tutorial which explained us how methods could be added to objects and how methods of an object could be accessed. So let's once again revise what we have done in this tutorial. So basically we wanted to create a calculator or a simple program which acts as a calculator, which is used to calculate the number of years left until retirement. So in order to implement the program, what we have done is that we have created a basic constructor right here, and in order to initialize the constructor, we have typed this dot name equals name and this dot age equals age. Now we have not yet entered this line for now. Then we moved on to the next function, which is used to simply calculate the number of years left, and we made this function to return the value so that it could be accessed outside the function. Now we went and we simply created a simple variable, or we have created a simple object so that we could add a method and we could use the method of that object. Now as we have created object here, we have specified two parameters. The first parameter is the name and the second parameter is the age. Now once we have passed the parameters, the next thing which we did is we have called this function right in the constructor. So this is a constructor and this is a function call right here. So as you could see, this years left is nothing but the function, and this is a function call, and as this function returns this result, we need to store it somewhere. So instead of storing it somewhere, we have stored it in this dot years until retirement variable. Now as we wanted to display the final result, we went on to the body tag, and in the script tag of body tag we have used document.write in order to display the final result. So that's how you add methods to objects, and I hope that you understood how methods are added to objects. So thank you very much for watching this tutorial, and I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. Thank you.